Hello everyone, welcome back to OCD Recovery's YouTube channel. I found one of the near creeks by my house, so we walk our dogs. So there's a path. There's a path up here that we walk along that goes probably, I have no idea how long. So anyway, I wanted to talk about the benefits and the importance of building a healthy lifestyle structure when you're going through OCD recovery. So you hear us talk about the importance of lifestyle structure quite a bit on this channel. And there's many different aspects of building a healthy lifestyle structure. So let's start with some of the basic ones. You know, when you watch some of the motivational talks and some of the gurus and TED Talk speakers and keynote speakers around the world over the last 30, 40, 50 years, a lot of them tend to be very black and white. Like, you need to do this, you need to do that. Well, you don't really need to do anything, okay? So that's number one. There's benefits and health benefits to doing certain things, but there's no actual need or desire to actually do things in a way that most people think they have to do them. So the first thing that we have to more than likely want to look at is our sleep schedule. When I talk to people, or I'm working with people, or I'm writing Facebook posts or statuses or doing YouTube videos, I'm really looking at, what are the lifestyle factors that people are doing that are not contributing to healthy behavior. So those are usually, I'll get the creak in right there, those are usually sleep habits. So staying up all hours of the night, playing video games like I was all hours of the night. These things don't tend to be beneficial towards our life. So this isn't to say that you can't play Candy Crush or video games on your phone or video games on the console or your PC, but you're more than likely not gonna be on your deathbed when you're 80 years old saying to yourself, I'm so happy that I played video games for the rest of my life. So that's really, in all probability, not going to happen. It might, but it's probably not. And then looking at their eating patterns. Now, when someone is really struggling, it's very easy to eat only highly sugary, palpable, we have it, we call it whole foods, calorie dense foods, and basically vitamin and mineral dense foods. So when you look at calorie dense foods, such as like Twix or Snickers or candy and pizza and stuff like that, it's not that you can't eat those things, but you're more than likely going to want to balance them in your life. This is what I do in my actual career, working with patients in my practice. So it's super important to teach people about balance, and that these black and white overgeneralizations don't lead us anywhere good. And this isn't just for OCD, it's in all sorts of areas of life. Nobody that I know that reaches a good, healthy lifestyle structure is looking at things in very black and white overgeneralizations. They try and get up and go to bed around the same time every day, but if they don't hope they're not freaking out, and they have the self-compassion. Maybe they like to meditate. Maybe they, are good with eating balanced food. Now, about the topic of meditation, I just recently started meditating again after not doing it for 18 months because it was quite compulsive for me. I was doing it to escape. That's one of the main issues I have with mindfulness practice and mindfulness meditation. I think that in order to get to a place where you're not trying to escape, you'll have to live for an extended period of time without changing things in your life. So I'm not trying to do a lot of escaping tools, which will more than likely become compulsive at some point in the journey. And those are all really, really important lifestyle structures. Getting back to work. So in one of the most evidence-based books ever written for low back disorders, we don't call them low back pain anymore. We call them disorders because they have loss of productivity, absenteeism, presenteeism, where they're at work and they're actually still not there. And so when you look at the whole entire model, one of the number one determining factors of someone not recovering from a low back injury is not returning to work. And this is super important in the OCD recovery community too. You see a lot of people talking about that you need to take time off work. Well, you could, but more than likely you don't need to. You'll have to accept that you'll be at work and probably be distracted. You might make some mistakes, then people will judge you. And you will have all these other things where people will just more than likely think you might be incompetent. So these are all different types of areas that you can work on in your fears if you're really afraid of what people think about you as a whole. That's super important as well. So staying home from work and not going to work for an extended period of time is really poor and bad for all psychological issues. It's not just OCD, it's PTSD, GAD, low back disorders, cervical spine disorders, which is your neck, and all these things. They know getting back to work in a timely fashion, even if it starts with part-time and then going back to full-time, is extremely important. And that's really the basis of Man's Search for Meaning. Man's Search for Meaning is a terrific book looking at the purposes of people's meaning in life. And when you don't really have a meaning in life and you go throughout life aimlessly, it doesn't tend to be the most beneficial outcome for most people. This isn't to say that people can't, that you need to have meaning in your life. There's just great benefit of having meaning in your life. Just like there's great benefit in your life with having lifestyle structure. So, you know, what I look at is my sleep schedule, my caffeine intake, my eating habits, portion control, trying to get a good amount of vegetables and fruit in every day, but still enjoying myself and having ice cream and pizza from time to time. Exercise is super important, not just resistance training, but also cardiovascular. As many of you know, I live in Colorado, so I have a very, very great opportunity to hike 10, 12, 13, 14,000 foot mountains. There's 58, I believe, maybe 56 or 58, 14,000, they call them 14ers in Colorado. So just a lot of really great opportunities out here. And just looking how you can better build, you know, discomfort. You know, how can you get better at handling discomfort? And building habits is uncomfortable. That's why most people quit. Most people quit new habits because there goes a time where they might look in their mind stupid, or they might look silly. Like say for me, I've been on my 3rd week playing in a softball league. I had no idea the softball league I'm playing in on Wednesday nights is the highest league, competitive softball league, slow pitch softball in Colorado Springs. And this kid I was talking to last night, they're like, dude, he's like, I go to championships in Florida and Chicago. He said he played 14 games in 2 days last week, and he plays in 5 leagues. I'm like, holy shit. So, you know, and I dropped a ball in the outfield because I haven't caught a ball in the outfield in 12 years. I played baseball for a long time. But, you know, you look silly, and it's so easy to quit. It's actually funny, when I dropped that ball, other people, I could tell they were like embarrassed for me, and I wasn't embarrassed at all, which is actually a really cool step in the right direction when you're looking at unconditional acceptance. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's really important to talk about this stuff, and I'll show the scene one more time. So Daisy and Milo love to come down here and just play along. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.